Hi guys, it's me again, Inspirational Post by Leverson. I'm just going to get straight into this today. What I want to talk about is writing people off. And what I mean by that is I was I was going to watch a little bit of the golf, but I didn't I didn't bother. I seen where Tiger was in the in the table, and I know that he was behind. Also, I was taking a look at Hamilton as well, the racing car driver, and I knew that he wasn't starting off in pole position. I think he was going to be starting off in second. But the thing being, what what I realised is just how quickly, just because you can go through a little bit of a period of um, a downward spiral. And even though you've been playing at your highest potential for years and you've built this up over years, just how quick and serious that the media are at bringing you down, and then also bringing you down and letting other people feed into the same feed into the same narrative to say, you know what, you just ain't as good as you were. You're just not good anymore. You might as well pack up. You might as well finish because it's all over for you. There's no point you just carrying on in something that you love, something that you've been doing since you were a kid. And this goes really towards these two people, even though, um, say, Lewis Hamilton has been one of the best racing car drivers all time, of all time, regardless of everything that he has done. Um, Coming from where he was the first ever black or mixed race racing car driver, I still don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. And people can say, you don't have to bother putting race into it, but there's certain things. If you have there's certain ways and means to say that sometimes it is, you've just got to call it what you call it, and sometimes it is very much a race issue when he hasn't had the acknowledgement, he hasn't had the sort the high regard and respect as if somebody of a different color, or white driver especially, would have they would have called him by now the greatest ever of all time. But he's still got to prove himself, and if he makes certain like little mistakes and everything else, or it's his temperament, or he isn't really as good as he should be, because that is the difference then between greats. But he just keeps winning and winning and winning championships. What more does he have to do? And all he can do is win. Um, I just find that disappointing. I find that disgusting. It's like now with the golf. Tiger Woods had personal issues, and regardless if you like the man or not, nobody knows him as well as his parents know him. No one knows him as well as his children knows him. And when you always get the media throwing things out, because as I said, we all go through times of despair, we all go through times of hurt, we all go through times of confusion, we all go through times when we're not too sure if we've done the right thing, and we might not have done the right thing, but it's how we come back from the thing that we've done that isn't the right thing. And the thing that is really, really disappointing is he had back trouble, he had operations, um, and all different things, right, within his sport. But Tiger Woods, everybody knows his name. Everybody knows his name. And when he went through his personal stuff, everybody wanted to jump on the bandwagon about Tiger Woods. Everybody from and I get the black community to the white community to everybody that was slagging the man off, right? It had nothing to do with me, so I'm not slagging the man off at all. I don't know him. I don't know his personal background. But what I do know is he's just an absolutely fantastic, fantastic athlete. How can you not be a fantastic athlete and to win as much as he's won and to win as much as Lewis Hamilton's won? How can then people always want to get into other people's personal lives and personal business, and it's got nothing to do with him. That's what it's called, personal business. But then everybody's got an opinion about somebody else's business. Why don't people just leave other people alone on business? That's all they have to do. They don't have to check out anything else. All they've got to know is basically is make sure that all they've got to do is just leave things. All they've got to do is make sure that they just leave things. I'll just move the car forward a moment. All they've got to do is just leave things alone. Leave other people's private business alone, because it's got nothing at all to do with anybody else. It's got nothing to do with anybody else apart from, when I mean personals, people's private business is people's private business. So some people just have to leave it alone because they don't know what's gone on, and everybody just completely wrote off Tiger. Says that there's no way that he's going to come back and win the Masters. There's no way he'll do it. He might as well pack up. He might as well retire. He might as well this. He might as well that. He might as well the other. And I thought, you know what? Why do people write people off when they have been great? It's like Muhammad Ali, when he went through and he lost a couple. Oh, he might as well retire. He ain't as great as he was. All he is just a big mouth. But his record proves that he was the greatest of all time. And he said he was the greatest of all time, and he proved that he was the greatest of all time. So I don't know how anyone else can turn around and say, you know what, you're not as good as you were. Okay, age catches up with all of us, but it doesn't mean to say just because you're a certain age or you've gone through a slump that you have to pack up, that you're no good anymore. And this is why I don't get wrapped up in other people's personal lives, because it is personal to them. We do not know the cause of anybody else's personal life, and it hasn't got anything to do with us. As long as they're not going out and murdering kids. If people get divorced, it happens. If people have arguments, it happens. If people go through a bad spell of, or an unfortunate spell of circumstances, might be injury, maybe you've lost your form, you've lost your touch, you've had to retrain for whatever reason, you've had to come back and refocus. It doesn't matter, because we all go through stunts, but it's how you come out the other end, and it's about the belief in yourself. And this is what I'll always say. Don't get fed into what the media say. But now they're all, because of what he's done, they're all kissing his behind again. They're all getting back and saying, you know what? Hey, oh, absolutely amazing. And imagine how many sponsors let him go. Loads of sponsors came away from Tiger when he had his personal stuff. They'll let him go. But you watch now. They'll want to come back and they'll want him to sign on that dotted line and say, you know what? Well, we had to let you go because of this, that and the other, and it weren't right because of your personal stuff. We couldn't be seemed to be promoting that or have anything to do with that. We all go through stuff. We all go through stuff. and it's personal stuff. And this is what I don't understand, how fickle people are. People will always turn around and want to just get rid of you straight away and throw you to one side and just say, you know what, you're no good. You've served your purpose. It don't matter no more. Do you know what I mean? So I don't get that at all. I really don't. But you know what? To tell the truth, I do get that, because this is what they do. They just build you up and then they knock you down. And they're always then looking for the thing, well, you know, there isn't anybody that I've known that's within the media where they've had somebody and just loved them all the way through. They've always tried to then dig up dirt, because all they want to do is sell papers. All they want to do is keep your eyes on their news networks, to keep your eyes on their channels. And to me, that's just like, that's poor negative nonsense. That is showing you then that you're always going to have haters, and you're always going to have distractors. You're always going to have people that are always going to sort of like, you know, they want you to fail. And these people want you to fail because it's just selling a story for them. So it's just like in life, you keep away from certain people. People that want you to fail and people who don't want you to succeed. Keep away from them, because they're no good for you. And sometimes it is best just to, you know what, sometimes give these sort of people just short answers, short replies. Tell them nothing. Don't let them in, because all they want to do then is turn around and destroy you. But then as soon as your success turns back round again, there they are. They're like the little snakes that they are. They then come out of the ground, and they want then to slither all around you and entice you with this, that and the other, and saying that I was there for you. But no, they were the same ones that were there pointing the finger, saying, you know what, hey, retire. Hey, he's finished. He's finished. And you know, but then they look at you in the face and they say, no, I was there for you, but you know, I just had to, hey, it's part of the game. No, part of the game is just to be right and treat people right. But people want drama. People want people to fail. Other people, they don't want to see people be the best throughout. So imagine how many other people that he's inspired. Imagine how many other people that Muhammad Ali has inspired. Look at how many thousands and millions of people that Lewis Hamilton's inspired. People from different backgrounds and different races that they've inspired, how they've helped, and they've just pushed on to say, you know what, don't matter where you come from, your background might have been poor, but doesn't mean to say that your ambition has to be poor. Doesn't mean to say that you're going to be poor mentally. You can be poor financially, but doesn't mean to say that mentally, spiritually, that you're going to be poor. So you don't let these people at all have any sort of way to shape you. You just don't let them shape you or have any control over your thoughts or your actions. Keep your circle small, but also make sure that you keep the like-minded people that are there for you through thick and thin. When you go through a hard time, you expect to see the same people there. When people start to disappear, but then come back when you've started to hit good times again, you know that they were never there for you all the way through. You then have to let them go. You let them go, because they will always show their true colours, will always come through. It always will. You know this. True colours will always come through. You can't hide it. You can't keep playing. You can't keep playing a game of deceit, because people find out and people know. People know when you're being truthful. So let me tell you something, right? Inspirational post by Leverson. Don't let the snakes come through and try and hold you back, because this is what they'll do. They will always try and hold you back. Then they'll talk about you and they'll say you're finished. So just watch out for them, or watch out for them properly. So on that note, guys, Inspirational post by Leverson here daily. All I can say is, you know who to keep by your side. Okay, so I'm going to get back to my little tunes, and I'll catch you guys later on. Take care. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Okay, so take it easy.